ease your mind while we laugh and play. Here comes DJ Boo, Shaheem and Aunt Debbie. Yes, we're on our way to brighten up your day. Here we go.
Here we go, here we go.
From the shore to
here we go, here we go. From the shore to B-Boy Show.
Here we go.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Be more. Asbury Park, New York. You know we got y'all. Here we go, here we go, here we go, y'all. Here we go, here we go, here we go, y'all. Here we go, here we go.
What's up, everybody? And welcome back, you guys, to another episode of From the Shore to Be More. You know me, I'm one of your hosts, the one, the only, Shaheem.
Yay.
Let's go.
I'm the host too. I'm Deborah Singletary, aka Aunt Debbie.
Woo, 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 woo. Yes, she is. And yeah, usually, of course, we're here with our partner in crime, DJ Boom. I don't know where he is right now. Hopefully he'll catch up with us later. But I am here with my son, Junior. And today, the three of us are the treacherous three of the tri-state area and the DMV. And welcome everybody back for another great episode. We have another fantastic topic for you guys, and I can't wait to get into it. Right on, Debbie?
Yeah, I got some things on my mind to talk about.
I hope you do. I'm looking forward to a great conversation, that's for sure, everybody. Seeking purpose in life, everyone, and I know that can mean a lot, but seeking purpose in life is going to be what our conversation is going to be about today. I'm hearing an echo all of a sudden on Debbie. I don't know what that's.
Oh yeah, that was me. I was trying to cheat and look up the birthdays on my cell phone. Sorry.
You don't want to miss anybody, that's for sure. But again, everybody, seeking purpose in life. And I mean, have you ever felt like you're moving but not really going anywhere, ladies and gentlemen? Let's get into that conversation later on. But before we jump into it, I want to talk about last week's episode about reflection. Oh, that was a great conversation. And of course, I want to thank our co-host, Beverly Brown, for coming in and joining the conversation last week. It was an absolutely great conversation and a lot of fun, wasn't it, on Debbie?
Oh yeah, you know, Beverly has great energy and great insight. I always enjoy having her on.
Yes, everybody, and listen, if you missed it, we want you to go back and catch it on our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen, or Facebook. You can do that too, for sure, everybody. Make sure to tell a friend, let them know that we are here for you guys. Now, not only that, but you can also listen to us on your way to work, coming home, picking up the kids, whatever you're doing, wherever you catch your favorite podcast. So I definitely want to make sure of that. Before I get too crazy, or we get too crazy to get into this episode, let me start with this. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Everybody, I don't want to forget that, and that's another thing that we talked about last week when we talked about reflection. It's a new year, and I know everybody's looking forward to new beginnings, and everybody's out there making those promises to themselves of what they're going to do in the upcoming years. And I hope that you stick to it. Right on, Debbie?
Well, did you make any promises?
Yeah, my New Year's resolution was the same this year, I think, as it probably was for the last couple years, just to do better with my finances. That's the major one. I'm sure there's some other little details sprinkled in there, but that was a major one for me. How about you?
So I'm intrigued to do better with finances, because that's not a resolution, because there's no specificity in it. A resolution has to have specificity. For example, I'm going to save more. I'm going to have a day when I shop on Amazon, but not every day. I'm going to I'm going to Tide for better finances. So you need specificity to do better. God can't help, so to speak, or your higher self can't help because there's no.
Well, I think what you're alluding to is having a plan, and I do have a plan. I'm not going to get into all of that on the show. It'll take way too long. But I have a plan, I have a resolution, and I'm looking forward to getting started on it. Now, again, do you have a resolution?
Not in business either, but just to say to do, just for our listening audience, when we say we're going to do better, we want to have a visual of what that is.
Okay, or Debbie, do you have a resolution?
You don't think you're going to get me in this trap, do you?
Well, yes.
I'm smarter and quicker than that, right? So I didn't exactly make a resolution. I didn't make a resolution, but what I did was I had a television free day, a couple of days, to get me started with slowing down my TV watching, because sometimes I turn it on. I have the flimsiest of excuses for turning on the TV. Like I'm gonna have breakfast. I'm gonna have lunch. Usually that's about 3 o'clock. And when I have lunch, I'm going to watch Judge Judy, which turns into the other Judge show, which turns into the news, which turns into Jeopardy.
Morphs into a whole different thing, right?
Yeah. And then I go streaming. So what I found is that that energy of the television actually eats up something in my mind. And I actually felt very energized on my first day of not drinking. Oops.
Speaking of drinking, let me bring in our partner in crime, DJ Boom. What's up, DJ Boom?
You know I'm out here making it do. I wasn't drinking though. I wasn't drinking. Trying to get this laptop set up to get back on. I've been using my iPad and my phone for so long. I forgot how to get on the computer and use it. But I'm back. I'm here.
We're glad to see you, but I do want to clarify, when I said not drinking, it was on purpose, because many people think of alcoholism as the only, repetitive action syndrome that one might stop. Televisionaholism is also a thing, not to mention eating. So that's why I went there.
Okay. Well, Junior, real quick, did you make any New Year's resolutions? Not this time?
Well, I mean, I'm going to the programs, so...
That's right. My son is starting new work program this month. So, yeah, I guess he's looking forward to that. Yeah, I guess it does. What were you going to say, Boom? I'm sorry.
Hi.
Everyone's saying hi. Did you hear?
Yeah.
He says
Congratulations, little cousin. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I don't have any resolutions. I don't do the resolution thing. I just strive to be a better version of what I was last year. So anything above what I've done last year, I guess you can call that a resolution.
Right. Good.
Yeah, that's my striving to be a better version of DJ Boom, Sekou Singletary that I can be as long as I'm here.
There you go. So again, everyone, we know you're out there doing your things and trying to work on your New Year's resolution. So Happy New Year to everybody. My wife wants to say Happy New Year. Real quick, I just want to say this. We didn't do much on New Year's Eve either. I don't know what that is. We just had a quiet New Year's Eve. But real quick, we did see the New Year's in New York City, like I'm sure everyone did. Is that someone's phone?
Yeah. I turned it down, but it's still pinging. I don't know why. Maybe I have to turn it off.
Okay. Just real quick, we saw rocking New Year's Eve like everyone. I just want to shout out to the Queen herself, Miss Diana Ross, who showed up on New Year's Eve. It's been such a long time since she's been out in public, especially performing. And I, for one, that was the highlight of my night, was just seeing Diana out and seeing she looked beautiful, especially at her age. And so I just wanted to shout out the queen one last time, everybody, for sure. And also recognize my son, who's working hard as our engineer, who, listen, has his own thing going on. So people out there, if you want to talk about gaming or anime, make sure that you go to YouTube and reach out to my son. You can find him at Otaku Everything at Anime Cannibal, ladies and gentlemen. Again, that's Otaku Everything at Anime Cannibal. And that's on YouTube, everybody, if you want to talk about gaming or the latest in anime. Also, it is Football Sunday, so shout out to all the teams. Big games coming today. My Giants are playing today. I'm not even going to watch it. Don't even bother. Also, real quick before, yeah, right? Why even bother? I'm not even going to do that. I'm saying it again. I'm sorry.
Watch because you're a fan. Watch because you're a fan. You know, watch because you're a fan of football, period.
I don't need the abuse in my life. I don't need to watch that. No, not even. Not even. But listen,
they won their last game, didn't they?
The only game that they needed to lose, they couldn't even they even had to mess up losing. They had to lose this game and won. Could you believe it? You did that on purpose, by the way. But anyway, I don't want to get too much into football. But real quick, I'm going to mention this and then I'm going to move on with the show. Last night or yesterday, and I'm sure everyone's seen, the United States kidnapped or attacked Argentina and kidnapped the president of the country. And that's, of course, under the Trump administration's direction. Congress had nothing to do with that. Real quick, thoughts. And I can only imagine what your thoughts are. And I know what I'm feeling. But what are you feeling out there?
It's painful. And the takeaway, but I'm very interested in the way he bullies forth in ignorance. And people who have righteousness often don't bully forth because they're being fair and thoughtful. So they don't push forth their great ideas. They're waiting for permission. And so Trump doesn't wait for permission. And I think others of us need to not wait for permission to do our good and our genius.
Well said. Well said. How about you, Boom?
You know, I have zero opinion about what they do in this country or another country.
Well, I'm just going to say this for me real fast. Then I'm sorry, Boom. Did I cut you off?
No, I was about to say, you just taught me. You just told me that. I didn't know nothing about that. So I just learned that right now.
Well, I'm hoping I'm making everybody out there who's listening aware. But just real quick, I'm going to say this for me, and I'm going to keep the show moving. For me, it just reeks of capitalism, imperialism, the colonialism, all the worst isms that you could ever think of. And I'm just going to leave it right there. How about that, everybody? So now that being said, we're going to keep the show rolling. Happy birthday to everyone celebrating their birthday. What sign is it right now? What zodiac sign is it?
Capricorn.
It's still Capricorn. Okay, it's all you Capricorns out there celebrating your birthday today, the past week, or the upcoming week. We're going to celebrate it with you right now. How about that? All right, Debbie, anybody you want to shout out?
Well, so the person who's on my mind, whose birthday is January 10th, but that's after the show, is Wanda Singletary, my sister.
She got a birthday coming up.
The youngest girl in the family is having a birthday. Happy birthday. And if we didn't shout out Linda Sutton, who sometimes comes on and urges us forward. She's a Capricorn. She's a December Capricorn. And happy birthday to her. And one of my exes had a birthday, Joseph Stevens. So,
All right now.
happy birthday, Joseph.
Happy birthday, Joseph. You must be special if you got a shout out, but happy birthday.
Yes.
All right. How about you, Boom?
I got a couple people to shout out. First, I got to go back to my partner last week, Miss Shelley Washington. Her birthday was January 2nd. So happy birthday to her. I know she turned up, had a good time. Yesterday, one of my good friends, their daughter, her name is Karen. Her birthday was yesterday, so they celebrated yesterday. So happy birthday to Karen, celebrating the birthday.
Happy birthday, Karen. Happy birthday.
Of course, I got to shout out one of our number one fans of the show, and definitely on my high list of favorite people, and that is Naisha, my cousin Naisha.
Oh,
birthday.
Wait. She doesn't go now. She's been reaching out to the show, but she doesn't go by Naisha. What is that name she go by?
I forgot.
Sexy Brown or whatever it is. Shout out to Naisha anyway. All right, well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
To her. So no, it's fine. Happy birthday to her. And right now, that's all the birthdays I can think of off the top of my head. If I remember them, then I'll come back next week and let you all know.
All right. Thanks, Boom. I got a couple personal ones, and I'm going to jump into some celebs, ladies and gentlemen. I want to first shout out a really, really old friend of mine. I mean, we go back to nappy heads and high water pants. My good friend, Mr. Eric Wilson, who's celebrating a birthday actually today, and he's up in New York City celebrating. So I want to say very, very special happy. How you can be friends with me all this year, I don't know, but thank you. But another one.
It's a lot of effort, right?
It takes a little effort. I can admit that. But I can't apologize for being me, ladies and gentlemen. I just can't do it. I also want to send another special birthday shout out to someone who works with me musically and has worked on some of my songs, and that is Mr. Aegis Gage, everyone down there in Baltimore. Tomorrow's going to be his birthday on the 5th. Thank you, Aegis, for all that you do for me. You make my creations better, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Happy birthday. Enjoy your day. My wife wants to say real quick, a special shout out. Her friend's birthday, her former co-worker and friend's birthday is actually Friday the 9th, but she wants to do it right now. She just couldn't wait. Her name is Shay. So my wife wants to say happy birthday to Shay. Happy birthday, Shay. I know you're going to turn up. You always do. Real quick, I'm going to run through some celebs, everyone. I want to first say happy birthday to this guy here. Baltimore Ravens running back, Derrick Henry. Today is this big guy's birthday. What a load he is to tackle, boy. And he's playing good for the Ravens. So shout out to him. Go ahead. I see it.
Show off and show out today. He gonna show off and show out today for the Ravens. I know they gonna do it.
Ooh, that's a game I want to watch.
Yeah, I have the fortunate blessing to DJ the tailgate party for that game tonight. So I'll be DJing the tailgating party tonight from 4 to 8 before the game starts. So I'm excited about that.
You should be. Big things. Congratulations to you for that. Moving along, though, I'm not going to leave my team out, even though they're sorry. I do want to say happy birthday to this guy here. One of their quarterbacks, Mr. Jameis Winston's birthday is coming up on the 6th. He's a popular guy, even though he's not starting. So happy birthday to him. I'm not going to leave my team off the list. Also, for the ladies, real quick, we're going to give them a little fire here. Happy birthday to this guy here, Mr. Morris Chestnut. Actually, his birthday was on New Year's Day. Well, the 1st of January. So happy birthday to Morris for sure.
Is that a scar going down his chest?
It looked like it, right? I don't know. What'd you say, Junior? It looked like it. I think it was probably for whatever scene he was doing, because I don't know him to have a scar down his chest like that. But I did see that, so I was wondering about using that picture. But I know the ladies wanted to see him with his shirt off, even with a scar, so I gave it to him anyway. What do you say, Junior?
Got some comments.
Oh, who's commenting? Go ahead, put it up, Junior. I don't know. Oh, it's of course our other co-host, my wife Terry. Yeah, happy New Year, babe. I have one last one for you guys. Go ahead, Boom.
Birthday to Shay. Happy birthday.
Oh yeah, happy birthday to Shay. Right.
Yeah, I have to call you back.
One last one, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna keep this thing rolling. I want to say happy birthday to this ladies' man too. This guy here. Happy birthday to Tank. I know in recent years Tank's been going through some health issues, but he's still remaining out there on top doing his thing. So happy birthday, Tank. The first was his birthday, January 1st. So happy birthday to all of you out there celebrating Capricorns, celebrating your birthday. We definitely hope you wish y'all a happy birthday. Somebody having a busy day. Everybody wants a piece on Debbie, ladies and gentlemen. What can I tell you? That being said,
VIP. That's what happens when you're a VIP.
There you go, when you're a VIP. To those out there watching who have topics that you think our wonderful audience would love, or if you are a business looking to support our ever-growing program here, there is a way you can get in contact with us. And this is, wait, is that the right one? No, that's wrong. No, what I mean to say is, if you're having a party and you want to add us to your celebration, there is a way you can do it. This is how you can do it. Hit it, Junior. Reach DJ Boom and Shush Entertainment at boomsquaddjs.com, 678-334-1745 for your next big event or karaoke night. And to attend the next Silent Fitness event, be sure to reach out to Shush Entertainment, a subsidiary of D3 Lux Entertainment. Before stepping out for the night, look for the latest in women's fashion at terryscloset.com. Step into Terry's Closet and step out in style. terryscloset.com, your closet's new best friend. And reach Deborah Singletary at visioncarriers@aol.com for astrology consultations, art workshops, wedding ceremonies, and rituals. Be sure to reach out to visioncarriers@aol.com, 212-234-1329. Yeah, that's right. Everybody supports your small businesses. Add us to your party. How about that? For sure. I know this
Turn down for what?
Turn down for what? I know the shopping season is over, but don't forget to support your small businesses, like I keep saying. How about that? While you guys are out there doing that, we're gonna be here doing this. Let's keep the ball rolling.
I guess right now we should start the show.
Must see TV. Movies, one of my favorite things to do on the show. I want to hear what you guys are watching out there. Starting with my own crew here. What's up on Debbie?
Well, I wasn't a good girl. I was on my television break, so the only thing I did look at was CBS Morning, and everybody could Google Hail Thee Well and Farewell. It's very moving about the people who have moved on, who've left their physical bodies, but not their presence. It's very moving, and that's all I got. Next.
What was the name of it? Real quick, I'm sorry.
It's a segment of CBS Sunday Morning called Fare Thee Well something. If you look it up, if you Google, I actually sent it to you guys on Messenger.
Was that what it was?
Well, it's very moving. It's about the people whose presence still endures even though they've left their bodies. One
Ghost. Right. To sum it up,
listening audience, I can't do anything with him.
All right, people.
Me, but he doesn't listen to me.
It sounds really interesting. It sounds like it might creep me out a little bit, but I still might check it out.
Not, it'll move you. I would say if you're not comfortable with emotions and feelings, don't watch it. How about that? But if you can tolerate emotions, then you want to see it.
All right, I think I will check out a little bit of it. Thanks for that.
You ought to. You would love it.
Thank you. All right, Boom. What you been up to?
I've been watching way too many movies, and I keep saying when I watch these movies, I'm going to put them in my my notepad so I can remember that I even watched them. Good afternoon, Miss Monica James.
Good afternoon. Thanks for watching.
So I did watch the Aretha Franklin movie, though. I did watch that. I thought it was pretty good. It pissed me off some parts of it, especially what happened to her as a kid. Things like that just irritate the crap out of me. It really does. But overall, I thought it was a great movie.
Okay.
The Aretha Franklin movie, and I watched for my horror movie, folks. I watched The One Who Got Away. That's on Netflix. And I like that little plot twist that was in that. It's a little bit more than horror. I would say more thriller than horror, but they call it a horror movie, so I'm going to say horror movie. But to me, it's more of a thriller than a horror. But it's called The One Who Got Away. I did watch that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that would be a great movie for my horror movie folks to check out.
Well, that's 2 to go check out. I'm not checking out the horror movie one, but yeah, that's 2 to go check. I already seen Aretha Franklin. Now I'm assuming you mean the one with Jennifer Hudson.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a good movie too. I'm just gonna say this, and then I'm gonna jump into my picks. I just wonder why when you watch movies like that, based in say like 50s, 60s, 40s, things like that, black men just don't come across very well at all. We come across as real bad. Was our fathers and grandfathers that bad? Come on.
Terrible. It was terrible human beings. If to be a minister of a church, he was a terrible human being.
I mean, were all black men that bad back in the day? Because we man, I don't know. We're just getting terrible publicity. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. Well, anyway, 2 movies I got here. One I saw, one I didn't saw. One I did see was The Great Flood, and I want to thank my daughter Jasmine. I told her I was gonna watch it and give my thoughts on it. The Great Flood, and that was on Netflix. Everyone. Now, my wife loved the movie. I personally did not enjoy it. And Junior, did you like the movie?
I thought it was weird.
Is that the one set in China or Japan or Philippines or something like that? It irritated me. I started watching that. That's why I didn't mention it. I started watching it. It irritated me with this kid, and they got all this extra stuff. It's just like I was done with it. So I stopped watching it.
My wife said she liked it. I believe my daughter said she enjoyed it. I thought it was confusing. The story was all over the place. I didn't personally enjoy it, but you guys watch it. Come back, let me know what you thought. Thank you again to my daughter Jasmine for recommending. Also, everybody's jumping in on this. My sister recommended a movie for the show. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. I'll probably get a chance to watch it today. But the name of it is Albany Road, everyone, and that's starring Lynn Whitfield. She's been in a lot of good movies, everybody. So I'm going to put that out there, everybody. Go check it out, and then we're going to report back here next week, and we're going to talk all about it. Albany Road, everybody. So please go check it out. There you go. How about that? Now I think I'm at this part, right, Junior, where I say, if you will have a topic.
You said that already.
Right, I did, didn't I? Let me real quick. That you think our audience would love, then please get in touch with us. And if you're a business, we sure would like your money, and you can get in touch with us by contacting us here. Hit it, Junior. To contact us, you can reach us on our YouTube channel, where you can comment, join the show, and please don't forget to subscribe. You could also watch, like, and comment, join the show on our social media pages. Our Facebook or Instagram is at From the Shore to Be More. Our Twitter or X is at 2_Be More. And our email is FromTheShore@gmail.com. You could also call the show at 732-455-2503. If no one answers, please leave a message, and someone from the show will get back to you. And please, tell a friend. We'll get back to you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now that time of the show that you've all been so patiently waiting for, it's time for us to have this conversation, jump into this topic, seeking purpose in life, everyone. And I can understand how that can be difficult at times, for sure. I mean, let's face it, purpose, or what someone's purpose is up to the individual. Right, and we all think differently about life. This is a point I just want to make. Some of us pursue capitalism. They want money. Money is what they want. Other people want simpler things like peace. Some people just want to help each other, and that's their purpose in life. That's what fulfills them. So, as people will have different answers when you ask them about what purpose or what fulfills them in life. When you right on Debbie, when you think right, Boom, when you think.
I know I have different answers for what purpose might be. Again, everything is suggestive. Obviously, my purpose is going to be different from your purpose.
Right.
It's going to be different
Right.
from my Debbie's purpose. Blah 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 blah. So, yeah, we all have a different purpose. I know what fulfills me is when I go out and do these events and I watch people have a good time and they go home feeling good. That makes me feel good. That's a purpose of mine. It's one of the biggest reasons why I started DJing is because I felt like love was lost in the going out and hanging out. Like guys don't ask women to dance no more. They just walk up behind them with their arms up, or grab them by the elbow to make them stop, things like that.
You've had that happen to you, huh, Debbie?
No, but I'm here for it.
Okay. I think in everyday life, for most of us, we get in the habit of going to work, taking care of the kids, whatever you're doing, coming home. We fall into these routines, and then we start going through life almost on autopilot, if you will, sometime, or a feeling, should I say, of autopilot. In other words, when you're feeling like you're almost performing instead of living. You know what I mean? And so sometimes it's hard to find that spark. Or, as I'm going to say, go ahead, Debbie. I see you want to jump in.
What do you mean about performing?
Like we're just going through the everyday thing. We're just doing it. But we're not really living. And I'm talking about the emotion, the feeling. I'm not saying that what we might not be doing in our lives might not be positive or having a positive effect. But what I'm saying is what we're doing might not be fulfilling you eternally. So you might be missing that spark or have a feeling like you're missing that spark. So now it's time to ask yourself what's going to get that spark for you. What's going to ignite that feeling for you, that sense of purpose in your life. And for most of us, I know for me, it's not my job. It's definitely not my job. I can say at a point in my life, like I think most of us, we reach a point where it's like, where am I going with all of this? What am I doing with this? Especially as you get older like me. I mean, you start watching the clock. When you're young, you're not watching the clock. The clock don't mean nothing. Let your behind hit 50 or 60. The clock start meaning everything. At least
kids be asking what time it is now. I don't ever recall asking what time it was as a kid. And I'm talking about a kid. I'm talking about 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. Talking about what time is it? Why? You got something you need to do? Why? What? You got a job you got to get to? Why you want to know what time it is? I've never heard.
Right.
I've never heard kids asking what time it was until now. This is a good thing. Like what?
And the thing is, when you're a kid, you tell time by the sun. What I mean is, the sun is up, you're out playing. The sun goes down, you know it's time to go home. that's time. Or when you feel hungry, other than that, it's like I'm just out doing my thing. But as you get older, you start wanting more out of life. Whether it's a feeling of helping others, or just gaining the things that you want in life, some sort of purpose. Now, there could be differences in it. What I mean is, what's purpose versus passion? All right. So if someone has an answer, I sure would like to know. I mean, it's one thing to have a passion or be passionate about something, but is that really a purpose? Does purpose have to be something that helps people? Does that have to be a purpose to be fulfilling? No, I don't think so.
And I want to just answer Monica and say, Monica, I'll be better when I get some candles from your store, but we'll get on that later.
For sure.
So here's what just came up for me.
Okay.
Our joy is derived, not given to us. And so the idea that there's ever a moment in life when we're not on purpose, I would challenge that. And so to Shaheem, who says, well, yeah, I have a lot of mission and purpose. Not my job. I would challenge you to, find your purpose on that job, even beyond the money that you make. So I don't think purpose is, we have to derive it. It's not handed to us. We have to figure it out. When I worked as a secretary and I had to Xerox, I don't even know if there's such a thing anymore, but Xerox 100, a book, let's say. I used to make a game of it. So Xeroxing and collating is boring, but I made a game of it. And I got faster. And then I could pass that on to others and say, this is how you do it fast. So I think our purpose doesn't have to be dramatic and big and income producing and fame producing. I think our purpose is looking within, growing, and deriving satisfaction, deriving it, not I'll be satisfied when you do something for me. But we have to derive it. Do you know what I mean by the word derive?
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
In this context. So that's why I'm like, what am I saying? It's derived. It's not
I know what you mean.
to us.
But I think that a purpose, I'm sorry, Boom, did I cut you off?
No.
I think a purpose needs to be fulfilling. I do, and to be a purpose, well, or feel like it's your purpose in life. My job could never be my purpose. Could I find ways to deal with it or make it better or make it more pleasant? Sure, I'm sure I could. First of all, I hate it, but it is what it is. But anyway, not staying longer than that. So it can never be something that I would consider my purpose. But I will say this: it's got to be. How do I say this best? It's got to be more about not about finding the destination, but maybe about paying attention to the journey. I think. I'll use this as an example.
I'm going to challenge you on that hate your job, because you say it as if, of course I hate my job, and I can say this, it's not a curse word. To me, it is almost hate. You never have to hate anything. If you hate, it's because you have made a judgment about your job, and you can't see past your judgment, which is also what happens in racism, in sexism, in beatism, that people can't see past their own thinking. And so I challenge you. Now, you might say, if I only knew what your job was, I would hate it too. But I think it's a matter of your attitude and your self-righteousness that you have a right to hate your work. And the energy of hate as you do your work could be dangerous to your health and to the co-worker and the public that I'm imagining you serve.
I can appreciate your opinion on that, but I'm going to stick with the fact. Okay, but I'm gonna stick with the fact that I personally hate it, and I'm willing to accept that.
Because to say, "Oh, that's your opinion," it's a way of minimizing my point of view.
Okay, but in a way, you're minimizing my feelings on this.
It's right. Tell me yours, but you don't have to do it by saying, "Well, that's your opinion," because that's minimizing.
Okay, but all right, that's your feelings on it, but I have my own feelings on it. Thank you very much. Okay, and I hate it. I'm going to leave it there. But I don't want to make it all about my job. I don't want to do that. I want to get into this topic and continue talking about people's purpose in life for sure. Because I think, first of all, it's not about having all the answers. It's about maybe exploring the right questions about what's going on in your life before you can even get to finding a purpose in your life. And again, everybody's purpose. Boom, please jump in, because I know you have some opinions too. I don't want this conversation to be all about me and Debbie going at each other.
I'm not going at you. I'm being on purpose. I'm serving the listening audience, because what we want people to do, or what my purpose is to help people to think deeper and not accept their surface emotions as valid, but to go to ask the questions. Why do you hate it? Not necessarily you and your job. Why do we hate? What's the value of it? What is the self-protection? Do we think that if we hate, it's going to bring us something? So I'm on my purpose by daring to not just to question something that people take for granted. You know, like they
Okay.
hate their jobs, or they
Now,
hate their mother.
that
or they
hate
hate
is
their
bringing me
mother.
into something. That hate is bringing me to something. It's bringing me to my purpose. My hate for my job is bringing me to my purpose and pulling me away from that. Now, that being said, after doing this, because it's been about 3 years now of us at this microphone, I'm finding through the journey, like I mentioned before, sometimes it's about the journey, that this is becoming my purpose. I find pleasure, I find fulfillment in this. So that's a prime example of how my feelings about that brought me to this. It's about the journey, I think. Well, you learn a lot about yourself through the journey, and that can aid you in finding your purpose, in my opinion. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I sure like to know how you feel out there.
I want to just comment on what Monica says. I think too that we're always living in our purpose, and it's our freedom to shape and craft our purpose. And I like that. It's our freedom to
I'm trying to
shape
read it again. I'm
and
sorry.
craft our purpose. And we don't have to hate something in order to love and move towards something else. Thank you, Monica.
No.
That's right on.
No, and you don't have to hate some of them, but usually, sometimes in people's lives, it takes something, right? Whether it's a jolt from something happened, you lost your job, maybe this happened to you, that happened to you, this changed for whatever reason in your life, and somehow, that's what led you to your purpose.
And let me tell you this, and then I'm not going to say another thing for the rest of this. People who leave their jobs because they hate it, get riveted to the hate, and then their next thing is more hate. You never leave a job because you hate it. You don't leave what you hate. You go toward what you love, because hate has an energy that is stickier than Gorilla Glue, and it'll rivet you and take your energy. Hate is a force and an energy, and it is not necessarily motivating. It's fear. So I'm not. So I'm like, you're saying we're going to be motivated by fear, and we hate our job, and then it doesn't. We usually fear. We're focused on the fear. If we're focused on the hate. So
Okay, but I was only using that as an example. I was only using that as an example of an event that might change someone's life on Debbie. Okay? That's what I was doing. Using it as an example of an event that might change someone's life and then lead them toward their purpose. Okay? Whether it's leaving your job for whatever reason or some other life-altering event, usually, sometimes, it takes that type of event in someone's life to lead them to their purpose. That's the point I was making.
It's like the near-death experience. Somebody has a near-death experience, and now all of a sudden,
like yourself,
they want to understand their purpose and why they're here, and now they want to seek beyond what they've already been doing. Right. Like me. That's all I hear. Anytime I tell anybody about that accident, they say, "Oh, you definitely was here for a purpose. You definitely have a purpose here." Every single time. There's not one person that has not said it to me, and I don't talk to children, so children can't respond to me. Yeah, you're right.
Let me ask you this though. Go ahead, Debbie.
What I said to you was you were on your purpose before the accident, and I pointed out all of the things you had done prior. So I just wanted to say that. Now I'm gonna silence my mouth.
No, but boom. Do you feel like you're walking towards your purpose in life?
I do. I feel like everything I've gone through at this point, and what I mean by gone through, not negative. I'm talking about the events that I've been responsible for, the events that I've been a part of, the parties that I've partaken, the people that I've met. All of those things have shaped me into what I literally want to be doing And what I want to do on purpose is to make people feel good. And the way to make people feel good is to show love. And I want to show love on many different levels, not just be in love with somebody, just on many different levels. Like bringing up like my Luther Vandross concert, a tribute thing that I wanted to do. That's basically a tribute to love. All his music makes you feel good. It makes you want to cuddle close to somebody or ask them to dance or whatever the case may be, whomever it may be.
Right.
So all of my circumstances, including that accident, has brought me into this well of thinking. Have I been wasting my time, not paying attention to all the things that I've learned and that I've done, and not putting them all into action, and into seeking the purpose the purposeful life that I want to live at this point. Because like I tell people now, I want to live on purpose now, not for a purpose, but on purpose.
I put this to you and to Aunt Debbie. Now, after start being on this podcast for all this time, do you feel like this is your purpose?
I do. Some of it. Yeah, I do. I've learned a lot from being on this podcast about myself. Not even, obviously I've learned a lot about Aunt Debbie and a lot about you and some of the other folks that we've had on the show. But
yeah, I'm trying to. I think a little more clarity might need. Well, okay, go ahead, Boom. Sorry.
So yeah, I definitely feel like even this podcast though is one of the things that's helping me towards my purpose. Like I want to be a public speaker, wow. Because I feel like I have a message to get out on so many different levels. We're not going to discuss this, but one of the things I feel like is still hidden that no one talks about that's quote unquote taboo is being a young boy and being molested as a child, and nobody talks about that. Everybody just sweeps it under the rug. So I have stories and things to get out, and so people can hear, not to point fingers at nobody, just bringing light to what my child just experienced, losing my grandchild, and how this big old conspiracy with the hospital and things that's happening to young black girls or black girls all around the world, or in this country in and of itself, that is not being exposed. No one's talking about how they're treating the black women having babies. I should have never lost my grandchild. You know what I mean? But here we are. So, but no one's talking about that. You know what I mean? So I feel like I have things that I want to say that needs to be said, that needs to be heard. The child support system to me is a wreck of a system. You know what I mean? Anytime somebody could just get mad at you, and I'm gonna take them child support, and men do it too to women. So it's not just women doing it to men. But all those things, I feel like those things are talked about. Donald Trump is talked about more than the real underlying things that's really going on in your own neighborhood. We talk about him more than anybody.
That's why it's important to be involved. But let me ask you too, Debbie, do you feel, since being on this podcast all this time, you feel a sense of purpose?
I first want to say to Boom, who said he wanted to be a public speaker, that you are a public speaker.
You are right now.
So you don't need crowds and millions. And also, there are people who talk about child abuse. I wrote a book about it, for example, and molestation.
Real quick, what's the name of the book? Let the people know.
From enrage to outrage to courage. And also, there are people who work in helping mothers to have healthy babies. So what you might want to do is do some research and connect to those groups, because they are out there. I also want to say, in terms of purpose, Boom, I appreciate your desire to make people feel good. And when you're doing consciousness raising, by the way, people aren't always going to feel good. They're not going to like what you bring up to the surface all the time. And sometimes, as an astrologer, I would do a reading and people would say, "Oh, I feel so much better." And I'd go, "Oh, good. that was successful. But then I say, was it? Because sometimes we are grown by the things that are disturbing to us. So my job isn't always to make people feel good. My job is to identify truisms that I think that maybe I've learned and that I can share. I'm not preaching at people. Usually I'm speaking from my lived and living experience. In terms of this podcast, this is one of the things that I said yes to without knowing what I was saying yes to. I didn't realize I was saying yes to every Sunday of my life. For the past 3 years, right? Yeah. Like I was like, oh Lord, what did I say yes to? And first y'all said I was going to ask Aunt Debbie one question, and you tricked me. You're supposed to ask me one question, and then I would be off. Now here I am. Now y'all saying, oh Lord, what have we done? Because look at her running her mouth. But I show up here because I discern that it is a calling. I'm called. And so it's not about, I want to do this. It's not like, oh, I want to be on a podcast. This was never, ever, ever, ever my goal in life.
Damn.
However, I think, however, I am called to do this. I say yes. It's not about my comfort. It's not about my Sundays. And it's not, it's it's wonderful to be on a show with my two nephews and present the point of view of the Aunt Debbie.
Well, I would say this first off. I do want to thank my co-host for showing up all these years, all these Sundays for so long. It does take some dedication to do this, so you have to have some sense of purpose to get up every Sunday and do it. I'm going to say this for myself, and my co-hosts already know this, but some of our new viewers may not know this. When I first spoke to Boom about starting a podcast, my whole intention for starting a podcast was to promote other things that I was working on. It wasn't to be on a show like this at all. That was not my purpose. I'm being terribly honest with you. But I'm going to say something. There was one episode that definitely changed my way of thinking about this and changed my sense of purpose. And that was the one that we did on alcoholism. My own, everyone. If you didn't see it, it was an amazing episode that got a lot of views, and it's a few episodes back. But go look for it, especially if you find yourself facing the same problems, because you might find some help there. But yeah, there was an episode way back, early days, about my drinking. That episode changed me. It sparked some things in me and changed me and changed my thinking about my thoughts about this show and my purpose in life and my reasons for being here every Sunday. That one episode changed me and changed my purpose, everyone. So it's a perfect example how one thing can change your direction in life. It's amazing, huh? It's a beautiful life, isn't it? We just gotta focus a little more on the journey and not so much on the frivolous, stupid things that come along, right? I think. And you'll find your purpose eventually. You'll know what fulfills you. And I feel fulfilled showing up every Sunday with my co-hosts here and talking to not only them, but talking to you out there. And I'm sure, I hope, just like they hope, that all of you, every Sunday, is taking something away from this show that makes you feel good about yourselves. How about that? How about that? That's me, and that's my feelings on this. So
I will go ahead and
go ahead, Boom. Go ahead, Boom. I've said a lot. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I said I will go ahead and second that emotion. I definitely feel that same way, and it doesn't matter if you take something, if you take our word verbatim or you have debate on what we're saying. You took something from it, and that's the point of us getting on here every Sunday and talking about the things that we talk about.
Right, and I think we have the three voices here because we all have different perspectives on life and things, a different way of looking at things. And we challenge each other on this show, and we challenge you out there. We give you another way of looking at things, the three of us, all the three of us. We all have something to add to the show. That's our purpose. That's our reason for being here every day. You might not agree with us. You might agree with us. You might agree with what Debbie said. You might not. You might agree with Boom said. You might not. But the important thing is you're getting things from different directions. It's giving you something to think about. Everyone, and that's the most important thing, and that's one of our purposes for showing up today. I want to thank everybody for definitely watching, especially Monica, who's turning into our fourth co-host today.
Monica, is that your middle finger up in your picture?
I didn't even notice that. I'm not even going to go there. We don't realize our purpose until we experience our peace. I love that. Peace is our healing medicine. Peace is our healing. I like that. I'm going to steal that. Peace is our healing medicine. How about that, everybody? I do like that. She also says perspective. I think perspective is important, and she's laughing at you, Boom. All right. Yeah. But listen, everyone, I can't tell you what your purpose in life. You got to figure that out on your own. I don't think anybody can really tell you. Like I said before, and when we started this conversation, people might find fulfillment in chasing money. Others might find fulfillment in digging wells in Africa for villages that are going through droughts. You see what I'm saying? We're all different. I can't tell you what your purpose is. I can't even tell you how to start the journey. All I can tell you is give you an example of how I started mine and where I'm at. I think I'm serving my purpose. Do you guys feel that?
My sense of things is that we're always on purpose, even if we don't realize we are. So look, the ground on which you stand is holy ground. It is not the ground, the holy ground isn't the one 5 blocks or 5 countries away.
Okay.
This is your holy ground. You're on purpose.
Can I explore that a little bit more with you though? When you say you feel like, tell me if I'm getting this wrong, that everything is our purpose. What do you mean?
In other words, it's not where we're going to derive or where we're going to get to.
Right.
That is our purpose. It's where we are. And so, and I also, I agree very much when Monica says that we have to find our peace, but also sometimes that which angers us, enrages us, sparks our knowing of our of what our purpose is. So, peace is derived out of the turmoil that we're in. That in the cosmos right now, there is peace, as well as other things that we don't have names for and we don't understand. We're always on purpose. So you have to look and see, where are you? Where am I? And your purpose is right there.
All right, now.
That's a great way to end it.
That's a good way to end it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, of course, like I said, we hope you all got something out of this conversation, everyone. It was a great conversation. I want to thank my 2 co-hosts for showing up again for me, for you guys out there to have this conversation. All right, we got to start wrapping it up because I know you got places you got to go this Sunday, and I got places that I got to go. Any last thoughts, everybody, before we start heading out? Oh, Debbie, I'm going to start with you.
Purpose is not connected to fame or money or numbers. So each one of us are in fields that, some people get famous and rich doing it, but we're not. And maybe we thought we were doing it to get rich, but all it takes is for us to be able to touch one person one time, and we are fulfilling our purpose, because that one person who lives on goes on to touch other people. So it's not about the big numbers or either in money or people.
There you go. How about you, Boom?
The last thing I'm going to say is I agree with everything Monica's putting up right now. Sorry, your nails broke off for your birthday, but I agree with everything putting up.
All right. I just want to say this. I want to give people a tool just to help them find their purpose. I challenge everyone out there listening this week to write down 3 things. 3 things that make you feel alive, everyone. And I think that will help you narrow it down to what could be your purpose. Also, I want people to recommend this episode to friends and family members who you feel are having a difficult time maybe finding their purpose. And they might find something in this conversation that might help. So tell a friend, please, everybody. And that's all that I would like to say. How about that?
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. We're going to start winding it down and getting out of here. I just want to remind everybody again that this show is not free. There's a cost to doing business here, and you could help us out by donating to the cause, ladies and gentlemen. We definitely need your help. And so you can donate to the show by sending money to Cash App, which is money sign from the show to be more, or to PayPal me / from the shore to be more. We take the kind that folds, but we will also take the kind that jingles, right? Whatever. Well, all right, real quick. Also, you can find the latest in women's fashion at Terry's Closet. Don't forget to visit me at therealshaheem.com. And my new song is out, ladies and gentlemen. Go look for it. Is it on the other side? It's on the other side. She's on to me, everyone, on all streaming platforms. All right. Goodbye, everybody. We just want to say we'll see you all next week for our next episode. Our next episode is going to be The Power of Aging. You're going to want to be there for that one. It's going to be special, everybody. So we will see you all next week. Goodbye, everybody. Enjoy your day.